So I'm preparing the next Torah portion after Ki Tisa Vayekel, and it's all about the tabernacle yet again. And we're still going to have another Torah portion next week about the tabernacle. And the week after is Passover. That's the beginning of the book of Leviticus. So normally, Vayekel and I think he's I can't remember the name. They're normally combined in one Torah portion because of Passover. So our Passover is slightly later than normal. Some people already had the Passover based on the barley that's Aviv in Israel somewhere. Other people disagree with it because it's not yet in line with the sun, signs of the sun, the equinox or whatever it's called. But I'm not going to go into those topics today. I'm going to just briefly touch on the end of Ki Tisa, which deals with the final events on the mountain. Now this is after the golden calf, after Yahweh judged the people who worshipped the golden calf, and he called Moses again up to the mountain to receive the second set of commandments. Now but this time Moses is asked to prepare the tablets himself and bring them as clean slates, as empty tablets to Yahweh. And now Yahweh is writing the 10 commandments again. But part of this, he also adds 9 other commandments to the 10 commandments, and they're not written on the tablets. They are basically commandments that you find in the Torah. Now some of them are on the tablets that he just repeats. The one of the Sabbath he repeats. I think that's the only one. Oh, and the other one he repeats is the second one, which is not to make any idols and bow down to them and worship them. So there's 2 commandments on the tablets that he repeat again as part of the 9. And then there is 5 commandments regarding festivals, of which 2 are a repeat of the same. Now the ones he repeats are are 2 commandments on the spring festivals, which is unleavened bread and Passover. Now the first one is about unleavened bread and to keep it in the month of Aviv, and that Aviv comes from the barley, that's Aviv, so it's the barley harvest, the month of the barley harvest. And it also says to remember that you left Egypt. That's the emphasis on unleavened bread. Then at the end of the 9 commandments, I think it's the second last or the last one, he repeats the same spring festival theme, but in line with Pesach, Passover, the day of preparation, the 14th of Aviv or the 14th of Nisan. But there he stipulates not to mix the blood of the sacrifice with the unleavened bread or the matzah, if we can put it that way. So that's a very specific thing. Now before I continue with this, I just want to underline the symbolism of this 9 commandments with the blank tablets. Now the blank tablets represent your heart, your empty heart, your hardened heart. And the new covenant, as revealed, I think Jeremiah says that he will write his commandments on your heart. And he also refers as the heart of stone. And that's where Moses is giving his heart to Yahweh, and Yahweh is writing the commandments upon his heart. And he also symbolically provide Yahweh with the hearts of Israel, and he's writing the commandments on their hearts, so to speak. Now that is a future application Now physically it represents the heart and the tablets in the Ark of the Covenant, but it's symbolic of what is to come and celebrate on the Feast of Shavuot, which is one of the other 9 commandments that are emphasized, is the Feast of Shavuot, and to remember the receiving of the Torah, and that is prophetically fulfilled by the receiving of Yahweh's Spirit, which writes the commandments on the heart, which changes your nature, so you can walk in it from a new nature. No longer I have to, I'm struggling, I'm doing it mechanically because I want to do the right thing. It's more about I do that because it's the right thing to do, and I feel that it's the right thing to do, and I want to do it. I've got a passion and a drive to do these things because my nature has been changed. So those are the first 2 that are the same after 9. And then the second 2 of the same are the first fruits one. Now first fruits is an interesting one. That's also part of the spring festivals. And spring festival connects to Shavuot, or where the Torah was given, the 10 words, 10 commandments, through counting the Omer. And first fruits is about remembering to not hold back your first fruits. And then it also says, whether it repeats it the second time within that 9, to offer your children as first fruits, to present your firstborn. And this is not human sacrifice, this is just to dedicate them. And the firstborn was later on replaced by the Levites. So that's a symbol of that. So that's the priesthood. And the other thing is to redeem the donkey with the lamb, the blood of the lamb. And if it's not redeemed, the neck should be broken. So that's a symbol of us who are stiff-necked, who don't want to carry the Messiah on us like the donkey. And Yahweh will break your neck or humble you through cleansing processes and purification processes in order to become part of his priesthood, or the first fruits. So that is interesting. The other thing that's interesting is that not to mix the blood of Passover with the matzah. What does that mean? Is to remember the theme, which is leaving Egypt, which is still in bondage. The blood of the sacrifice is more linked to the Day of Atonement, where the blood of the goat, the sin sacrifice, was sprinkled, where the lamb was more a ulah offering, and that protects, it guards, and it takes away sin, which is the second goat. And if you do communion, you're mixing matzah with the blood of the sacrifice. If you do Pesach, you celebrate matzah, and you celebrate the taking away of sin, which is the second goat, Azazel goat. So those are just interesting things in there, and it's specifically for us, the people of the new covenant, those 9 commandments. So we're going to elaborate on that this Sabbath, and very interesting topics. And I hope you have a lovely day, and may you have a blessed day. Shalom.